Considerado uno de los bajistas más importantes de estos tiempos, Víctor Wooten regresa a la Ciudad de México para ofrecer una serie de conciertos. Víctor, thank you very much for the interview. So you started playing at the age of 2,
Yeah, around the age of 2, I was taught by my brothers.
and then you teamed up in a band, Wooten 5, right?
Yeah, the Wooten brothers. I was the youngest, so they were already playing, and they needed a bass player, so that was me, and so they included me in the Five Brothers band.
It must have changed your life. I mean, learning to play at a very young age and being in a musical family.
Yeah, it totally changed my life, but since it was the start of my life, I didn't realize how it was affecting my life until much later.
How was it?
Oh, it's great. I mean, I'm here because of that. What my brothers gave me, the gift of music, has allowed me to travel the world and influence a lot of people.
It has to do with being yourself on stage at the bass.
Totally. The bass is my instrument, but music and communication is the medium. That's what I'm doing. I'm just using the bass. The same way we use our mouth to talk, I use the bass to communicate also, and hopefully I can make people happy with it.
As an artist, you must work with the spirit somehow, the sensibility of artists and players. You've taught several clinics. What have you discovered in this interaction with people learning to play?
We're talking about feelings, and music affects people's feelings in a big way. And so music to me is spiritual because you can't see it, but if it happens, your body has to move if it happens the right way. Science can't tell you why. They're trying to get computers to understand it, but music is a powerful thing that translates across cultures. We may not speak the same language.
What is the balance between technique and inspiration?
Well, you need technique to express what inspires you. If I don't have good enough technique, I can't even express myself properly. That's with speaking or anything. That's why a baby has trouble expressing themselves because of, they haven't mastered the technique of talking yet, so they cry. Music's the same way. If I want you to understand what I'm saying clearly, I don't want to be tied up by not having enough technique.
A music lesson is something you're writing on your blog, I understand. What are you exploring there? You're not exploring precisely music, but your writer side.
Right. Well, I put out a book in 2008 called The Music Lesson, and I'm currently working on the sequel. And again, music is a way that I can safely address a lot of issues. Instead of talking about or instead of mentioning God and people will get upset, or talking about politics and people get upset, or religion or racism or whatever, I can call it all music and people will listen. But in music, we have to listen to each other. To have the best band, every instrument has to be different, not the same. So that's a great analogy of a way of looking at the world. We bless each other and recognize our greatness through our differences. So the book, The Music Lesson, touches on that, but through the title of music.
What about the importance of including music among syllabi at basic education? Children need to be taught music. How does it change children? What is the importance of it included in formal education?
Sometimes you can rob them of the love of something by teaching it to them too soon. So I believe all kids need the chance to express themselves musically, and then we work the education in so that they can learn to express themselves better with music.
Víctor Wooten, thank you very much for the interview. Ahí tiene usted una perspectiva de la música, la concepción y la técnica de Víctor Wooten, que regresa a la Ciudad de México.